Well, I don't know how we ended up here, but guys, we are at Fun Spot America Orlando. This is a park that has been only about within driving distance from me. It's only about 5-10 minutes away from Universal Studios, but for whatever reason I have never visited this park. But you know what? Last November we visited the Kissimmee Fun Spot Park for the very first time, and after that I did say in the video that I wanted to visit the Orlando park at some point in the near future. So here we are. We are at Fun Spot Orlando. You can see White Lightning right behind me. It's always a great time coming to a park that I've never been to before, especially one that I've heard so much about. I know this is sort of on the smaller side, just like the Kissimmee Park. They're really known for like the big sky coaster. Kind of blends into the sky a bit because it is a little bit of an overcast day, but they are running the rides, and I just saw them cycling White Lightning actually empty. No one was on that train. Okay, I can see a few people on it behind me, but mostly it's running half empty, which means no waits for the rides. Let's go on inside, see how much the tickets cost and the wristbands, and overall I will give you my short and honest review of the park, just like I did for the Kissimmee location. So let's head on inside and go have some fun here at, well, Fun Spot. Let's get on inside, guys. And one thing that I love about the Fun Spot parks is just how close the coasters get to the road. I mean, here's where I parked, right over here. And then right over there are the roller coasters, and driving in down the street, you get right up against White Lightning, which is just like how it is over at the Kissimmee Park, where you basically park your car literally right up against Mind Blower. That's something that you gotta love about the Fun Spot parks. And today is Tuesday, April 25th, so the park is open from 2 p.m. to midnight today. And now that we are inside, we came in right through that tunnel over there. Here's where you're gonna go for tickets. Let's go see how much it costs to get a wristband just for the coasters. And we should be in and out. This should be a short visit to the park today. Okay, so what I got here is my Fun Spot e-card. Basically it was $12 per ride. It's a pay per ride system here. So where I could just buy, like at the Kissimmee Park, I believe it was around $35 to $40 for 4 rides of my choice. Here, it's sort of like I just say, hey, I want 3 rides today. So it's about $12 per ride, coming out to $36 for the 3 rides that I will do here. I'm gonna come and basically just do the coasters. So of course we got Freedom Flyer, the suspended coaster right behind me, and then White Lightning back there. And there is a family coaster called Serpent here, which if they'll let me on it, that'll be a nice additional credit to get here at the park. If not, then I guess I'm just gonna have to ride White Lightning twice, which is fine. I'm not complaining. I just really wanted to come and give, you know, a quick little review of the park, a park that I've never been to before. So let's go hop in line for White Lightning and make that the first ride of the day. I love these views of the coasters as you walk on the pathways. The pathways are pretty much sandwiched underneath these massive structures for the rides. Alright, it looks like you get in line for White Lightning over here. Let's go redeem our first ride here at Fun Spot. Well, there we go, our first ride of the day. It is White Lightning over here at Fun Spot. Now, quick review of the ride. This went a lot better, in my opinion, than Mind Blower over at the Kissimmee location. For a wood coaster, it was actually fairly smooth. A relatively short ride, just kind of an L-shaped layout, but it was actually fairly smooth for a wooden coaster, which I was not expecting. I did sit in the front row. So I don't know how much that'll differ from the back row. I mean, for a wooden coaster, especially here at Fun Spot, a lot better than I was expecting, at least when comparing it to the Kissimmee location. I mean, look at that hill. It does have a pretty steep descent going down the drop. Oh, here it comes right now. We're gonna see it as it goes by. I actually recommend this ride. It's worth coming out to the park alone for. So let's give it a look as it goes down the drop. I just love the sound of wooden coasters. Just very old-fashioned, and I love them. Now, this was my first ride actually on a coaster using the GCI Titan track, and White Lightning I know is a prototype with that design, so I assume that that has something to do with you know, the smoothness factor of the attraction. And then they're also redoing Mind Blower, I should mention, using RMC iBox track. I don't think it's a full conversion over there at Kissimmee, but it's definitely, you know, smoothing out the parts that have definitely seen the most age with that coaster. So I guess we'll have to go back to Fun Spot over there in Kissimmee. It's closer to where I live than Orlando, so we would have to go back and check that one out when it does reopen. It's sort of a hybrid coaster by RMC. Okay, so next on our ride list will be this suspended coaster over here, Freedom Flyer. It is a family coaster, not the most thrilling ride in the world, but it will sure to be a fun one to do nonetheless. Now this is kind of giving me flashbacks to Dragon Flyer over at Dollywood. I do believe they are made by the same manufacturer, so that would make sense. Here's a nice little photo op over here for the ride. And Vekoma made this ride, in case you were curious. Same manufacturer that makes a lot of your favorites over at Disney. Alright, let's just go ride this thing. And to enter it, you do have to walk directly underneath the lift hill, getting some awesome shots of the coaster. And then over here is where you're gonna go to enter it. You must be 52 inches in order to ride, or 38, but you'll need an adult.
Okay, players, hands up.
It really does remind me of Dragon Flyer at Dollywood. Very family friendly. As you go over these pathways, these nice swinging turns give you a nice view of the overall area of the park. And it's, I mean, nothing much to say about it. Super fun. They can only run one train on the track, just like Dragon Flyer. So obviously, I don't know how long these lines can get at Fun Spot, but if you come on like a more packed day, obviously, as you can tell, there's like nobody here today, but normally I assume you will be waiting a while to take a ride on Freedom Flyer. And now before stepping on to the ride, I actually did ask the ride operator if it was okay to film on the ride, because it was practically just me on the train, and I thought that could have been a pretty cool POV of the experience, but they said it's not recommended. I wasn't gonna argue with them, so I was like, okay, whatever. But something that I love about these ride ops is just how peppy and so how happy they are. A lot of them see that I'm vlogging today, and they're like, "Are you vlogging? That's so cool." This very similar to the Kissimmee Park. The team members here are phenomenal. There goes the ride right over my head. Where'd it go? Oh, I missed it. But just like the Kissimmee location, a lot of the team members here are spectacular. Some of the nicest employees in the industry. Gotta love it. So I want to just take a stroll real quick over here now onto the back side of Fun Spot, just to see what kind of stuff we can find. It looks like they have a nice little play area for the kids. That's a little water station. Is it actually full? Oh, it is. Look at that. All right. Well, that's nice to keep you hydrated. A lot of flat rides, it looks like, which is expected for a place like this. They've got a tilt-a-twirl over here. Some food stands that don't seem to be open at the moment, but nice to go and get some refreshments on a hot day like today. Here's where you go for the sky coaster now. Honestly, these things terrify me. Not gonna lie. And this is one of the tallest ones in the country, so yeah, I'm gonna pass on it today. And for anyone who has done a sky coaster, please let me know, is it worth it? Is it worth their time and money? Just being suspended by nothing but a singular like rope as you soar through the sky, just, I don't know why, but that terrifies me. I could be on the fastest and tallest roller coasters in the world, but the second you take like an actual track and like a harness thing away from me, I feel exposed and I feel extremely just not in my comfort zone in the slightest. Now here looks to be their family coaster, Serpent. A cute little ride. Looks like a clone of the one they have over in the Kissimmee Park. Only here they took it a step farther and added a few animals, kind of make it themed in a way. Themed to Route 66, it looks like. I mean, I guess pink rhinos live on Route 66. I don't know. Don't really understand the theme here behind this ride, because you also ride in a sea serpent. So, I mean, hey, it works for Fun Spot, I guess. And look at this, I found the go-karts. Doesn't seem to be that many people riding the go-karts today. I see one guy out there. If it's something about the Fun Spot parks, they are known for their go-karts more than their roller coasters. So this track that you see as you're passing on I-4 and International Drive, it just looks insane. And I did mention in my Kissimmee review of the park that I actually used to race go-karts back home. I do have a passion for, like, you know, racing and go-karts. So, oh look, they even have bumper cars over here. So I definitely have a passion for that kind of stuff. So I could definitely see myself coming here and spending multiple hours just on the go-karts and not even the rides. Well guys, you can hear them racing on the go-karts behind me. I believe that's about it from Fun Spot Orlando. I actually had a great time here. The park is very clean. The pathway, it's mostly all pavement. So on a hot day, kind of like today, it could get really hot and uncomfortable. Right here in the heart of Orlando, literally 5 minutes away from Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. This park is more aimed at those that, you know, maybe you're a family living here in the Central Florida area and you can't afford the big parks like Universal, Disney, even SeaWorld. So you could come and kill a few hours here on the go-karts or a couple of the coasters like White Lightning, Freedom Flyer. Overall, I think this park has a lot more going for it than the Kissimmee location. Most likely just because of where it is situated. It is situated literally right across the highway from Universal and Disney. So because of that, I think it has to compete a little bit more, and it kind of knows that it is one of the smaller parks. It's not trying to outdo the others. They're not adding new and thrilling rides every couple years like the other parks are, like the competition is. So they kind of know their place, and they are just trying to have a good time, show that you can have a fun time here at Fun Spot, no pun intended. But yeah, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, the team members and staff here, phenomenal, 10 out of 10. They are just very upbeat and positive. So, I mean, this is definitely worth your visit, worth your time and money. I think just to kill, you know, a couple hours. I mean, I got to the park at about 2:30, and it is only about 3:30 now, so I've only been here about an hour. Just like the Kissimmee location, guys, give it a chance. Fun Spot is one place that, you know, I've heard a lot of people talking down to over the years, but it's definitely a place to, you know, come every once in a while. I'm not gonna, you know, go out of my way to buy the season pass and come here on like every afternoon or every week, like I find myself doing at Disney or Universal. But I mean, once in a while, I mean, the fact that I've never been to this park and this is my first visit, I'm pretty glad and pretty satisfied in my visit and my time here. Really just a place to come and kill some time, because I found myself, you know, doing nothing. I was just gonna spend all day at home, absolutely bored out of my mind, and I decided, you know, hey, how about a trip to Fun Spot? One of the last few remaining parks that I've never been to in the Central Florida area. I'm gonna take you with me now and just do the quick little outro out in the parking lot where I started the video, and let's go. Okay, real quick before I wrap up the video, I just wanted to take a stroll down this way, next to the street over here, to kind of see what kind of rare angles, or not, I don't want to say rare, but what kind of angles we can get of white lightning. The inner nerd in me is going crazy right now. I just love wooden coasters for their charm and just overall, like, they're kind of remarkable. I love standing underneath wooden coasters, steel coasters too, but wooden coasters, there's just something special about them. Look at the profiling on that thing. Amazing. Just love it. And so everybody, as white lightning runs right behind us, this is where I'm gonna wrap up the video and end things off. Fun Spot America, while it gets a lot of criticism, it's still worth their time. Definitely come and stop by for a visit when in the Central Florida area. I know it may not be at the top of your list if you are on vacation, but if you are a local who the park definitely seems to cater more to, then definitely give it a try. It doesn't hurt to stop by just for a short visit, because you will have a fun time here at Fun Spot. I need to stop. But, I mean, now, well, not known for their coasters, their go-karts, on the other hand, I hear are phenomenal. So maybe I'll have to come back for a return visit to both here and the Kissimmee location to test out their go-karts. But, guys, that's all I've got for you. So if you're new around, of course, be sure to subscribe down below to ParkTwister. Like the video, as always, for more content like this in the future. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.